All right, PA football news. Lindsey Bennett here with the South Williamsport coach, Chris Eiswerth. We're going to ask him a few questions. He's going into the playoffs this week. He's going to face Cambria Heights. We're going to ask him a few questions, get to know him a little bit. After losing to Canton and Muncie during the regular season, what adjustments were made to revenge those losses in the playoffs?
Well, we knew that we were going to have a nice team just from how the kids worked. They really started in January, really worked hard. We had great numbers. Kids were getting stronger, faster. So we were excited about the year. We opened up with a really nice win at Milton, a 4A school who had a great season this year. And then kind of matriculated through and found ourselves at Canton week 5, and we were both undefeated. So there was a lot of fanfare, a lot of news stations and access to the game. And, we really laid an egg. I mean, turned the ball over, didn't play well for probably 3/4 of the game. And, some things happened. We kind of fought our way back into the game and found ourselves down 6 with like 4 minutes left in the game. So, reflecting after that ended, we kind of thought, well, we looked at the film, Canton, has a tremendous program, one of the best small school programs in the state. So, they're always going to be tough and they're always going to be tenacious. But we thought if we could play clean and, play disciplined, we would have a chance.
This week you're playing 10-3 Cambria Heights. Are you very familiar with the team, and do you have any history with them?
No, the area down there, District 6, the only team we'd ever played from down there in the Eastern Final was Bishop Guilfoyle. And they have one of the better programs, that's the small school division, and have had multiple state titles. So, I know that just from watching film, they're a team that, plays very hard. They're very well coached. They do a lot of things offensively, a lot of multiple formations. Defensively, they rally to the ball, they align, they pursue. So, I think, we're really going to have to play hard and play clean, to compete.
Mm-hmm. Distractions are an overabundance this time of year. This week has to be one of the toughest weeks of the year to coach football. I get it that every team's goal is to still be playing this time of year, but with Thanksgiving being this week, it has to make it extremely tough to be in this position.
Yeah. It's tough, but it's a double-edged sword because it's very sweet. Because as a coach and as a coaching staff, still being able to still say, hey, we're playing at Thanksgiving, it gives it a nice feel.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can, like this week was different because we did have to, I did have to come out with a little different schedule, let the kids know about the schedule. We're going to try to get on turf a couple times because the game's at Williamsport High School.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to go up there, but we're going to try to access some turf facilities, and it's exciting, but yet you have a little bit of stress because that you're going to be working around Thanksgiving. You're going to be working around in South, the kids don't have school at all this week, so they're like,
That's a lot of downtime.
Yeah, a lot of downtime, and so we had to work through some of those things. I think we got the schedule where we want it, and we're excited. So we had a good night last night. For our Monday was a great night. We lived and run and do some things schematically on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good start. But we're excited, and I think as I said, playing on Thanksgiving is
has a good ring to it, huh?
It really does. Yeah, it really does.
As a coach, do you have any preference about playing Friday nights, Saturday afternoons, or Saturday nights?
High school football, I think, was meant to be played Friday night under the lights, and if you can do that, that's I think probably the purest way to do it. That's our night, and you do it as long as I have. I love watching college football on Saturdays. Sunday's a big work week, so I really haven't watched a lot of pro football over the years, as much as college. But you like to play your game Friday, Saturday, enjoy the day.
Yep.
Reflect on your game Friday, and Sunday, you get back to work. But if we have to go Saturdays, we will. And the game this week, Saturday night at Williamsport, which is an unbelievable facility, huge stadium, just a great venue.
Yeah.
And we've played games on Thursdays as well, and even Mondays because of weather. So, just having the opportunity to go out, play, participate, and
it's always a great thing.
It's good.
Whoever wins this game will be taking on the winner of the Lackawanna Trail Steel and High Spire game. Any thoughts on that game? Who you might want be favoring in the game, and who you'd rather face if you win this week?
Yeah, I think you get to this point, and if you're lucky enough to be healthy and win a district title, still have your kids and do that. That's a great accomplishment today. And then to get into the state playoffs, the quarterfinals, possibly the Eastern final and state final. I told the kids, we try to. Our rule is never get ahead. Let's take it 1 week at a time, one game at a time. But I did let the kids know. Listen, there's 8 teams left in the state. There's 4 in the East. There's 4 in the West. I mean, I think you have to discuss that. And we didn't talk, about the teams and the specifics. But if we're lucky enough to come out on top on the scoreboard, Saturday night, we'll do the very best we can. If it's Lackawanna Trail or if it's Steelton, to go compete and play, and know that we're very blessed to be in that position.
Yeah. Your team is south. Most all the NTL teams are up here north, and the NTL gets some negative publicity by the more southern teams, the fan bases. Do you have any opinion on the stigma that has been put on the northern teams?
It's cool for me because, as you know, I teach in Troy. I live in South Williamsport, and so some of my very best friends are from Troy, and my staff, a lot of the guys are from South Williamsport. So the people that I'm around daily, are from both communities. So you get that taste of the North and South Williamsport. But I got to be honest, over the years, you start to look at the things that some of these teams have done, like Canton. They've become one of the better teams in the state. Troy's become a state power. It's really gratifying. I don't really think that being down in the Williamsport area and talking to guys, they don't want to play Canton, they don't want to play Troy.
Yeah.
It's you're talking about physical battles. The kids are well coached, they're tough. So that stigma, I think, is not as strong as maybe it once was, just because of the successes.
Yeah.
Troy goes down in the last 3 years, and Mercy rolled Loyalsock twice.
Yeah.
That's an incredible thing. Loyalsock is a very well respected program.
Absolutely.
Sends kids to Division I AA. They have kids playing all over, 1A for that matter, let alone Division II. So and Jimmy and Troy, they've beaten everybody. They've beaten Danville, they've beaten Mount Carmel. Canton has competed with a lot of teams, and by competing with Jersey Shore, who was a big 4A state power, and so on and so forth. So I think that stigma is really becoming
tarnished, and it's slowly going away.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
And I think that the NTL, has become a very proud, very talented conference, that can say, hey, we're as good as anyone in the state.
Yeah. And I asked Jimmy this question. If you have any little kids down in South Williamsport that are playing youth football, what advice would you give to them if they're watching this?
Well, it's neat because, I live in South Williamsport. So you get up to get a coffee on Saturday morning, or you drive down through town on Sunday, or, through the week, and you see kids out playing catch with the football, or, playing in the backyard, or they're up on one of the fields, or they're, that gives you a special feeling.
Oh, yeah.
That it's become important. It's a cultural thing. And, we have our stadium that's kind of, right there in the middle of town,
Yeah.
amongst, the community and the houses, and it gives it a nice feeling. It's down in, and it is kind of like a stadium. So, we're proud of what we have and what we built. We don't have, the big turf stadiums, or, our weight room is not modern by any means compared to a lot of the schools, but we use the facilities hard, and I think we get the most out of it. So yeah, I would just want to tell the youngsters, hey, this is your town, your school, and someday
make it proud.
You can be part of that and represent.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, good luck this weekend, Coach, and we look forward to seeing you again in the coming weeks. South Williamsport takes on Cambria Heights Saturday night at Williamsport High School at 7 p.m. If you don't have anything going on, you should go check out a great single-A high school football game. I want to thank you for your time, Chris Eiswerth, South Williamsport head coach. For PA Football News, I'm Lindsey Bennett, and we'll see you again. Thank you.
Lindsey, thank you so much.